All right, y'all. I got a special one for y'all today. ZZ the King. Like and subscribe. Add me on Facebook, Zach King, social media site. I got a few movies to this level this week. So, like I had Freddy vs. Jason last week, I'm just going to call this, we can just call it Trap Rooms or Escape Week. I don't know. We're going to call it Escape Week. Because I'm kicking off this week with, I ain't gonna say classic or nothing, but it's to me an underrated gem. In this kind of genre, I view all these movies, even if Jigsaw and the Saw franchise wasn't first ever trap type of movie. Every movie that came out after Jigsaw, to me, is somewhat inspired by the Saw franchise with the traps. I'm not gonna mention Jigsaw until I review one of the movies later on in the week, so stay tuned. But this movie, you seen the thumbnail, Escape Room Part 1. Not to be confused with Escape Room from the Tubi network. This is it's a good movie, I ain't gonna lie. It had a budget of $9 million. It grossed $155 million. So that's basically what I always say. Grounds for a sequel at minimum. I'm gonna look at the notes real quick before I get to it. Because this got a great cast to be underrated. It got Taylor Russell, that's Zoe. We got Logan Miller, that's Ben. We got Deborah Ann, that's Amanda. We got Nick Dudana, that's Danny. We got Tyler Labine, that's Mike, and we got Jay Ellis, that's Jason. I like Jason's character. He actually my favorite character besides Zoe in the movie. And secondly, he from a TV series called The Game. When they rebooted, he basically took Derwin's spot, and I like him from that. But this movie to me, it came out in 2019, so it's not too old for me to review. So I gotta say it just to say it. Spoilers for Escape Room starting now. It's gonna be, I'm finna go through a little with the plot and a little with the nonsense situations in the movie. So spoilers if you haven't seen it. The movie kicks off with all those characters. Zoe being Amanda, Danny, Mike, and Jason. All them, it's not major scenes, but what I like about this, it's not even heavy character development because some of these characters are gonna fortunately die. But it gives a 2-4 minute span of getting the introduction of all these characters. Like they pan to Zoe at the she's a college student. It got Ben work at like a supermarket, and it says something like he want to talk. He talking to his boss like, "I want to go to the front," and he like, "I don't think it's good business for you to be in the front." So whatever happened in Ben's life, it embarrassed the town, and he very noticeable face recognition wise. That's why they got him in the back of the store, not being visibly seen by customers. Then we got Jason, Amanda, Danny, they all get their little scenes. Jason is some kind of hotshot Wall Street deal making motherfucker. He got his little flex on. So that's the first setup. Then all the characters I just mentioned get a little cube. It's like not a Rubik's Cube, but it's like a cube that you gotta solve and figure out how to open. So all those characters I named all got different personalities, different walks of life. They all figuring out how to open the box in different manners. Some using smarts, some using brute force, whatever. Once they all get it open, it summons them to this place. Once they get to the escape room, basically, it's a roller coaster ride, in my opinion, from this point on. That's why I love these kind of thrill horror seeking type of movies where it don't gotta be a actual boogie monster or something like that. Just the realistic situation to me is enough to keep your heart pounding. So once they get to the room, Danny, if I'm not mistaken, is a panic room enthusiast. He talking to his exposition like, man, I done been to 93 of these rooms. I done passed them all. I hope this a challenge. Well, I feel it's gonna be because they offering a $10,000 reward. He like, normally these kind of rooms are just fun free. If you pass them, you pass them. If you don't, the game master come out and tell you what you did wrong. But for this to have a price on it must mean it's real hard. He like ain't nobody ever beat it. So as they all talking throughout the movie, you starting to see flashpoints. I ain't gonna get to this plot till I get to it. It's flashpoints in each trap where it triggers something in one of the contestants, because they wasn't randomly picked. They was picked by the all-seeing eye. So as they looking for clues and hints, they all asking Danny questions, and he liked the exposition. I knew he was gonna die one of the first, simply because he the enthusiastic character who know about it. So of course, you know what I'm saying, this ain't even a subversion. This is to be expected. It used to be a subversion 25 years ago, where you would be shocked that that kind of person died. Now it's expected. So they like, when the game start, he like, normally the game master comes in and tell you it's a zombie apocalypse. You got to find an antidote or whatever. So when they go try to open the door, because he like, well, while y'all wait, being character, like, while y'all wasting time figuring out, I'm finna go smoke a cigarette. As he try to open the door, the handle breaks off. That's when Danny clues in, like, oh shit, ain't gonna be no game master to give us a hint. The game has started. So now they really start searching the room more. And I got a name for this. This is the hot room, basically. I got simplistic names for these rooms as I get to them. So this ain't no jigsaw type shit either, where it's, I want to play a game and to tell you what to do. You got to figure this shit out on your own. It ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't no overlord saying do this or do that. You got to figure all these games out on the spot by yourself with your team. And the thing I like about it is, unlike the Saw franchise, where the characters are dislikable, even the protagonists are distasteful and you don't like them. Every last one of these characters are meant to be first, second, third dairy protagonists. So you don't dislike all of them at all. You like them all until they start showing selfish ways, but it gives you no reason to root for the bad guy from the jump, like a horror genre with iconic horror killers. So the aim in the hot room game, because once they see clues, like Zoe fear is flying. She got into a airplane accident. So they show her a cup where it got an airplane on the mug. That's a clue. I picked up on it instantly. My kids didn't. That's a clue that say that's going to be one of her potential fear or something going to pop up. So anyways, as she looking at a book, they got like a Fahrenheit book, a firefighter book. She goes to the door, because the door looked like an oven knob. She turns it to 451, thinking that's the code to get out. All it does is heat the damn room up and turn the furnace on. One of the characters have a fear of fire and hotness, because that's her fear. She was in a fire that she survived. And I said spoilers already. The key to the movie is all of these people were picked, not randomly, like I said. They all survive improbable accidents, plane crashes, fire, a fire, one of the characters survived. That's Amanda. Danny, I think his whole family died in something like a carbon monoxide. Jason was lost at sea with a friend and almost froze, hypothermia. I think he had some kind of death for his family too. But that's my point. All of them survive immaculate situations where normally the probability of death is 100%. So then now we gonna see who the luckiest of the luckiest, basically. That's like a reveal at the end that I was like, whoa, I like that idea. It was nice. I ain't spoiling it because I said spoilers. That's the end plot. But that's the keys that get picked up in every room. So the aim in the game of the hot room is to get out the damn hot room. Every few minutes, the alerter lady is like 2 minutes before the room explodes. 1 minute before the room explodes. It starts with like 10 minutes. So every few minutes, they giving you a countdown. They touching shit, trying to figure it out. Once they realize on the table in the middle of the room, if you push down on the button, the trap door opens till you get out. So once they realize that, they start filing out. 3 or 4 of them start filing out. It comes a point where if you the last person, ain't gonna be nobody to hold the door open for you. So y'all got to figure out how to keep one of these, put stuff on these latches to keep the door open. They figure it out. They finesse. It's very thrilling. All of them survive this particular room. Once they get out the hot room, they all a little like, okay, this ain't no fucking joke. I don't care if 10 bands on the line. We damn near know for a fact we almost died. This ain't no game. The Danny character is still kind of like, whoa, that was thrilling. He think it's still a game, like it ain't real life. Your life on the line type shit. He like, man, the fire wasn't gonna kill, because he was also the last one to escape. He was like, you notice how the fire went off soon as I got out the room. He's still trying to make it as if the fire wasn't gonna kill him if he didn't luckily get out. He's still delusional in a way. Everybody else like, fuck that, no. So they get into a cabin that opens once they open the door, it's like a fucking Squid Game, how the Squid Game had it set up in the playground scene. But this is like a nice frozen lake little shit that they done crafted together. Cold as a motherfucker. It looked brilliant set. You know what I'm saying? And the key to this, it went from hot room to the cold room. The key to this is finding the hints and clues throughout this little enclosure y'all in. Y'all find the clues and y'all gotta basically find a key to get out the frozen room before they freeze y'all ass to death. So all the characters are finding clues here and there. They need a fishing pole because the being character is walking around trying to light his cigarette. He not paying attention. He falls through the, the fishing hole. You know how people fish in the winter when it's ice, a little block. They like, how the fuck you fall through that? You didn't notice it, whatever. That's when they realize, okay, we got to fish. That's when the Mike characters start climbing a tree to get the fishing rod. Once they start figuring out the clues, the more and more clues they figure out, the colder and colder it's getting. That's when a second clue comes in where Jason sees the red coat. When he was on the, Atlantic Ocean with his friend, they basically had a fight to death to see who gonna get the coat. That's revealed later. I'm revealing it now. Who cares? When he see the coat, first we seen Zoe with the mug that had the airplane. Now we see him look at the coat. We know that must be a stigma. They not showing flashbacks of these horrible scenes. They just showing you flash points. So you know the coat is important to him. They get through all the keys, hypothermia starts setting in, people start turning against each other. That's when the Danny character falls through the ice because they trying to get the lighter. Being character is ducked off on the side, smoking a cigarette, trying not to participate, not even caring. Danny calls for the lighter. He throws it. Once he throws it, for some reason it cracks the ice. He falls through, drift through. They all trying to bang the ice, get him out. He died. Now all the shit we knew it was real from the first game, even if Danny didn't. Now we know for a fact this shit real. He dead. They get the key, get out. Now they get to the basically upside down bar. And all these deaths are nice, gruesome, suspenseful, nice looking, cinematography. Everything on point with this movie. I have no negative complaints. If I got a negativity, it's gonna come out as I'm talking. They get to the upside down room, and it's just like basically it's like an upside down room if you ever been to one, but it's a bar settings. The aim in this game basically is to get the ape. You got to maneuver your way throughout the room. Every few minutes, the floor below you falls out because after they got out the last room, it always transports them from one game to the next. So once they get out the last icebox room, it puts them in an elevator where it takes them 15 floors up. So every time they progress or degress in the challenge, a floor falls through. So once all the floor falls through, if you fall, you fucking dead. If not, you gotta find all your ways and clues throughout this upside down room, mirage room, to get the key. The key is an 8-ball on the pool table. Once they figure all that out, all the characters having suspenseful moments, almost dropping through the escalator thing, woo woo woo. Once the final girl, she finally reveals her burn marks, she basically saved the group. She got the 8-ball on her. She climbing her way off the scaffold trying to get to the ledge where you put the 8-ball into the key socket to escape the room. All the other characters been finessing their way through and helping each other, so they all ended up safely, and Amanda character is the last one who out on a limb at the end of the challenge because she like the athletic acrobatic lady out of the group. So she can't finesse her way through, and then she drops the 8-ball. For some reason, the group like, fuck the 8-ball, just come over. The 8-ball is how you get out the room. So it was pivotal for her to get that. I never understood that. Maybe I'm missing something. Like and subscribe and comment and let me know if I'm missing something with that point. Because she drops the 8-ball to the last full final ledge. When that ledge fall, the whole bottom is out. She jumps off the pool table to get that. And that's when they was like, no, forget the 8-ball. If I'm wrong on that scene, let me know. But I thought it was stupid for them to say that, because that's the whole key to getting out the room. She gets it, throws the ball to Jason. He catches it. But that's when the last floor tile falls out. She's hanging on the a phone that they've been answering to get clues. Once that snaps, she falls to her death. It was fucked up. I'm like, damn, that shit was, woo, that was a bad death right there. But it's better than freezing and burning, though. After that, we get to like the ECG room. That's like where you gotta lower your heart rate monitor. It's just it's Ben, Zoe, Jason, and Mike at this point. They done took out Danny and Amanda. So in this room, if you don't lower your heart rate to open the that's the whole new key. Lower your heart rate enough, it's going to register it in the room. And then once you hook yourself up to the machine, obviously, lower your heart rate enough and it's going to open the door. All of them panicking trying to do it, but they raising their heart rate. So he thinking it's not about lowering your heart rate. It's about raising it. So he starts shocking. Jason starts showing his antagonistic ways. He starts shocking, Mike's character, and he goes into cardiac arrest, kills him, and that's when the gas starts. Chloe trying to knock out all the cameras. The gas knocks her out. She die. Then Jason and Ben get out the room, because when he realizes it ain't about raising your heart rate your heart rate, it's about lowering it. So he gets in his Super Saiyan, calm down, know your hum Ray KKO type shit. He settles down with the Wusa, the door open. Him and Ben get out. Now they get to a room where this is basically the LSD room. They gotta work together to turn a knob to escape. But soon as they touch the knob, for one, it ain't like one person could do it. It's too strong. Both of them had to participate just to make the game work. So that it just started affecting them, hallucinating, LSD type of effects. Then they gotta search the room for an antidote, because it tells them, like, it gives them clues throughout the room. And they don't just come in the room and figure shit out. I think it's always a phone you gotta answer, or an intercom tell you the basis of the game. So once they get to tripping and hallucinating, they looking for clues and shit, trying to find antidote. Once Ben find an antidote, him and Jason, the last two left. He find an antidote. They have a fist fight for it. He kills Jason. No, at first he checked him like, you lied about how you got here. You killed your friend. Because he told a story about when he was on a raft with his friend and they was dying of hypothermia. His friend went crazy and swam off the boat and he had the jacket, which never made sense even if you heard the story. So he like, tell the truth. And then they show the real scene of him drowning his friend and taking the coat. He like, yeah, nigga, survival of the fittest. He a full villain at this point. So they fight for the antidote. Ben bests Jason, kills him, shoots himself with the antidote, then he swims down. Now this scene is basically the opening scene. Because the scene opened with a death trap like on some Saw type of movie, how it opens on a trap. But you not knowing until this scene happened, oh, that was the opening scene. I did because I'm a Saw enthusiast, so I knew that was the beginning act. But some people probably catch it, and my kids damn sure didn't catch it. Some shit still do fool them in movies. They didn't realize until I said it. So the opening trap is like a jigsaw thing. Figure this out to get out the room before it then closes on you. He figures it out, handling things, the room and closing. He sneaks through the bottom by the chimney fireplace. He got a shield to block himself from the fire. He gets through. Now you think the game over. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He done went through 5 games. That's enough for me to give him his 10 bands and let him go home. But the game master's like on some Squid Game ending shit. Like, man, we got bored and we love people killing each other. The gladiator games. We figured out how to make it happen, and every year it switches. He chilling out, sitting down, they talk for a few minutes. That's when the game manager tries to kill him. That's when we see the dudes come in hazmat suits to clean up the other games. They come into Zoe's body and they like, what the fuck was she doing with this gas mask? How's she trying to survive? She said, because I was breathing. She beat their ass, take the pistol, murder them. That's when she see Ben getting choked out by the game instructor. She pop him a few times, air him out. They escape. Happy ending. That was a good Jigsaw fake out death. But if you a Saw fan, I said I wasn't gonna mention it a lot, and I end up doing it. But if you a Saw fan, these movies prepare you for movies like these. I knew she wasn't dead. It wasn't definitive enough for me. And I'm gonna get to the other movie later on during the week, part 2. But this movie, it ends on a sequel bait because when her and Ben leaving, they congregating. You see the real overboss, like, yeah, know what I'm saying? That's good she got through. We gonna regroup, come back, and we gonna get her ass. Cause Zoe talking about taking the whole organization down. They like, yeah, we got her flight booked. Soon as she pop up, we on that ass. And that's how the sequel bait end, but it still ends on a happy ending. I'm giving this movie a solid 8 out of 10 in my opinion. I'm a trap, Jigsaw, Saw franchise enthusiast, so I put trap movies on a high level. But when you can have a movie that's better than 3 or 4 Saw movies easily, then you got to be an 8 or better to me. And that's how we gonna do it. ZZ the King. Like and subscribe. Your favorite horror channel. Check out my week this week. Escape week. Trap rooms. Etc. ZZ the King. I love y'all. And I'm out.